So the projected number 8 pick in the draft, Aneesah Morrow, just had one of her best games in college. And you guys have been calling me crazy for this. Like, I've said on multiple occasions that I would rather, like, not even would rather, but that it is questionable whether or not the Fever should trade the 8th pick in the Satu trade if Aneesah Morrow is available. I talked about it in my videos, talking about if you look anywhere where it's like the top picks for the Fever, who they should draft, what they should do in the offseason. I have been very much like, you either go for Citron or Morrow because one or the other is probably going to be available at 8. The reason is that there are fits that don't make sense. Like Aneesah Morrow to the sky makes no sense whatsoever. Like she can't shoot really. Like you cannot have a 5 with Kennedy Carter, Aneesah Morrow, Angel Reese, and Camila Cardoso. Unless you are literally saying, you know what, instead of Angel Reese, we're going to go and run with her at the 4, or we're going to bench Camila Cardoso. Like, that's literally the only thing that would make sense. But it's not going to happen. She's obviously not going 1 or 2. 1 or 2 is going to be Paige Bueckers and Olivia Miles, one or the other. Almost certainly Paige Bueckers. But the reality of the situation is that while, yes, it is almost certainly going to be Paige Bueckers, you have got Olivia Miles, who is making a great case for going number 1. So for that reason, I think they're pretty set at 1 and 2. Number 3 is probably going to be Sonia Citron unless the Chicago Sky trade down, which, you know what, I wouldn't mind trading down even like 1 pick with the Liberty or with the Mystics if the Mystics really want Citron. Or say if the Mystics really want Kiki Iriafen or something, and maybe you trade Kiki, you get Kiki and you can get Citron at 4. But let's just say the way every mock draft is going, Sonia Citron, a perfect fit for the Chicago Sky at the 3. There is no better player for the Chicago Sky than Sonia Citron. At the 4th pick, the Mystics are going to take Dominique Malongo or Kiki Iriafen. The Valkyries are going to take Dominique Malongo or Kiki Iriafen, the other one. The 6th pick is going to go to the Washington Mystics, and the Mystics are probably going to look at a point guard because they got off Julie Van Loo. They're probably going to take Cheyenne Sellers there, or maybe if AZ Fudd gets back, she could be taken there. But they're unlikely to take a non-shooting wing forward hybrid. At 7, I think the New York Liberty are going to take the draft and stash. I think they're going to take, if Malonga's on the board, they'll take her. If she's not on the board, they're going to take Aisha Sivka, or maybe Tahina Pau Pau to help them right now, which leaves number 8, Aneesah Morrow, available for the Indiana Fever. And that is going to be massive. That is going to be huge because she is an absolutely perfect fit in what the Fever have. She is the best rebounder in college basketball. She's averaging 14.4 rebounds. You might say, okay, she's only 6'1". Who cares? So is Nafisa Collier. Like, height, you don't look at height. You look at motor. And that's what you need to play with Caitlin Clark. You genuinely need to all you have to do is run hard, get boards, play defense. And if if you're going to do that, you're already doing 10 times more than what NaLyssa Smith did. She would be the perfect player to play at that 4. Because, yeah, she can shoot. A lot of people are talking about Natasha Howard in free agency. Morrow does everything Howard does. And also, Janiyah Barker is a project player. She's 6'4". She has a little bit of length. She can't really shoot the ball that well. She's an okay defender. You know what? She's a fluid athlete. She has not been great for UCLA. Aneesah Morrow, 21 rebounds yesterday against Tennessee. She had 21 rebounds. Like, she can't shoot the ball. And that's fine. Like, she cannot shoot the ball. But she has arguably the highest motor in this class. She's a decent-ish mid-range, in the mid-range, and she'll cut and run hard. Like, with the NaLyssa Smith position, Alyssa Smith needed to do one of two things. She either needed to be a cutter or a spacer, and she was neither. She's a back to the basket post player. That is not what this team needs. You need a cutter or you need a spacer. And like that is what Aneesah Morrow can give you. She will be the cutter. She will be the hustle rebounder. She will be that defender. Doesn't matter about height. Nafisa Collier won DPOY while playing power forward beside a power forward. Beside Alana Smith, who's not a center. Like, that team nearly won the championship without a real center. Like, Maisha Hines-Allen was their backup center, who, again, was 6'1". Maisha Hines-Allen's been an all-W first team as a 6'1" center who couldn't really shoot that well. Aneesah Morrow is almost certainly going to be there at 8. And the reason is, it's not that she's not top 5 worthy. It's that this year's draft is stupidly stacked. Like, yes, you've got Paige. Yes, you've got what Olivia Miles is doing. But stupidly stacked is this draft. Like, you're looking at Cheyenne Sellers potentially going anywhere between 4 to the second round. Sanaya Rivers, no one's talking about her going in the first round. Azzi Fudd might be a second round pick if she's in this year's draft. And obviously injuries are concerned there. Aisha Sivka might not even go in the first round. She is a 6'4", good defending sniper who's hooping in France. You're looking at the likes of Lucy Olsen being third round picks. You're looking at Van Lith, who could go anywhere between the first and the third round. Sedona Prince might not even be a first round pick. Like, this year's draft is stupidly stacked. And with it being that stacked, after 2, you pretty much pick for fit. Like, Aneesah Morrow cannot be on the floor at the WNBA level with Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. So Sonia Citron's the perfect fit there. I think if you're basing purely on talent, you could argue any player going 3. I think you could argue any of Malonga, Sivka, Citron, Morrow. You could argue any of these players could go number 3 if it's purely based on talent. But fit is a thing, and I think she might drop all the way down to number 8 for Indiana. And if she goes to Indiana, if she's there at 8, I would take her over the Satu trade. Again, this year's draft picks are going to be gold dust. They're going to be gold dust. And then when you're looking at that pick in the second round, you're looking at maybe finding some sort of a backup. I think they can get a much better player in Victoria Saxton anyway with that second round pick. You're just looking to see who's available. Like, do you go and take like a backup point guard in Rory Harmon, or do you want Erica Wheeler to be that player next season? And there's a lot of different things. But either way, Aneesah Morrow is showing why she would be a perfect fit at that 4 position for Indiana. And for anyone saying she's undersized, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how undersized you are. Motor matters. Again, we saw a Minnesota Lynx team with a 6'1" power forward, a 6'3"-ish skinny center, and a 6'1" backup center just win the WNBA championships. And you might be saying, oh, it was the Liberty. No, we all know that finals was rigged. We just saw a team do that. So anyway, yeah, obviously there are other players. Like, if Aneesah Morrow's gone, like if Sivka's there on the board and Morrow's gone, you just take Sivka. But I don't see the Liberty. I don't see the Liberty or the Mystics. Heck, Tahina Paopao might go to the Mystics. I don't see any team above. I don't see any team above other than Dallas, who are not taking her at 1. Dallas are the only other team above the Fever in the draft that like need an Aneesah Morrow and aren't just going to have her sitting on the bench. So, yeah, I think number 8, if they can, they really should go for Morrow. But anyway, I'll see you guys.